My ex said I'd never be anything. Now I'm her mother's everything. I was 18 when I learned what being disposable really meant. My ex was the girl everyone talked about. Prom queen, class president, the type who made you feel lucky just to sit next to her in class. She liked the attention. She liked being in control. Me? I was just her quiet boyfriend in the background. I thought she loved me. We made promises after prom. She kissed me and told me to be someone. The next day, she dumped me, said she needed a man with ambition. I was just background, just a kid with no plan. Her friends laughed about it. I heard it in the hallways, saw it in group chats. Even teachers looked at me differently. It wasn't heartbreak. It was humiliation. I stopped going to parties. I kept my head down and graduated quietly. Later, I got a job at a hardware store and put myself through real estate school. I watched as she posted Instagram photos with new boyfriends, parties, and big city internships. She had everything. I had nothing but time, and her words burned into my brain. I promised myself I would remember. A few years later, her mom came into my real estate office. She was just divorced, trying to start over, and needed help finding a house. She looked tired, a little lost, but smiled when she recognized me. I knew this was how I would make my ex experience the same humiliation I felt. She said I looked different. I played it cool and joked about my terrible high school haircut. She laughed. She had to come in often for paperwork and such, and she always asked about my life. I made time for her, found her the best places, learned how she took her coffee and what made her anxious. We spent more time together. We had coffee after showings, then dinner, then late-night phone calls. She told me about her daughter's mess of a love life, her disappointments, the loneliness that came from always being second to someone else's dreams. I listened, cared, and didn't rush. Soon we started dating, and one day she invited me over for Thanksgiving. I said yes, without thinking. I knew my ex would be there. That was the point. My ex opened the door with her arms full of groceries and stopped dead when she saw me at the counter, carving a turkey, laughing with her mom. She tried to play it off, but you could see it in her face that she was confused at first, then angry, then something like fear. She pulled her mom aside, whispered, and started in with the old insults. She called me a loser and asked if this was some joke. Her mom put her hand on my shoulder and said, "If you can't be civil, you can leave." My ex stormed out, and the family just watched. Nobody followed her. That was just the beginning. Every holiday, every family dinner, I was there. I brought flowers, fixed the garage door, sat at the head of the table. The more things I did for her, and the closer we got, I realized I actually loved her, and this wasn't just some cruel way of getting back at my ex anymore. She was honest and warm and made me feel like someone worth loving. We traveled and built a home. I watched my ex grow smaller in her own family's eyes as she became a guest at dinners and nothing more. She hated coming to events because she knew I would be there helping, laughing, and being loved. After 2 years, I proposed, and another year later, we got married. The wedding was small but beautiful. My wife cried when I said my vows. My ex came, stood in the back, and refused to clap. She didn't even look at me during the photos, but I didn't care. After that, my ex stopped showing up at family events altogether. Her old room turned into a guest room. Her chair at the table stayed empty, and her excuses got shorter every year. Sometimes she would text her mom before the holidays, and sometimes she wouldn't bother at all. But every Thanksgiving, every Christmas, every birthday, I mailed her a card. Some years it was a photo of me and her mom smiling in front of the fireplace. Sometimes it was the whole family. Sometimes just her mom holding our new baby. I never wrote much, just signed every card the same way. Love, Dad.